forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Hi, Mario. Hi, Syria. How are you guys?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. So, what's we have today?
Yeah, absolutely. So to start us off, the featured question is if the SOC code previously used for my perm, H1B, or EB2 approval differs from the SOC code referenced in my EB1A petition, specifically when computing the high salary criterion, will this discrepancy trigger additional scrutiny or a request for evidence from the USCIS?
Okay. I think this is a very valid question, and I think we have had a lot of people kind of, even during the program, even at the fag end of the program, filing their petitions. They have this kind of a situation that they come in. I would like to respond this in this following way, actually. That when it comes to your EB1A, it is practically unrelated to your present job. You see, the concept of SOC job is not for EB1A. The concept of SOC code and SOC code actually is essentially to establish for H1Bs or for kind of job related how much are the salaries that you are drawing. But remember, EB1 is for your expertise. While we have seen that many attorneys would prefer to have an SOC code which is at the first level, I would say that fundamentally we have seen that even if we do not give any SOC codes, for example, if somebody is on H4EAD, let us say that, and would not, we have had people like that. Then if somebody is not in the USA, is in other part of the world, and there is no SOC code, then you have to only relate your expertise based on the position where you are in. You can just do a comparative analysis actually. Um, I think, but at the same time, you have to give an explanation why you are not using the SOC code, or this SOC code may be very partially relevant or may not be fully relevant. You should mention about that in a very detailed way. I would say that, for example, one could be a project manager, let's say in our product manager, let's say in Amazon. Okay, but your expertise is, I'm just completely kind of making this up, could be, let us say transformational digital marketing, let us say that. I mean, product manager is your position. SOC code, another challenge is SOC code is only for designations and positions, not necessarily expertise. Personally, if you ask me, I have always encouraged people not to use SOC code to confuse people. In fact, you should say that it is, I mean, either that expertise may not be covered. For example, today, if I'm a rocket scientist, for example, for specializing in fuel technology, there may not be any SOC code also for that. So, I mean, it becomes, then the whole question becomes infructuous. But now, going very specific with reference to this question, when you are comparing high salary, any disparity, if at all you try to put it, don't put SOC code. If you are not putting, okay, I think the best way to answer this question is that if you are not using SOC code, which is in your H1B or any visa related issue, this thing, don't use the SOC code. Simple. And we have seen people from the program, they even have 0000 as SOC code and still getting approved. Okay. So just bear that in mind. So I hope that answers
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, absolutely. What's next?
Absolutely. So our next question is from an anonymous participant. He said, I have been considering the next week. I want to make the most of the 6 months program. Would it be best to work on my own for a few months and then join the program to make sure to make the most out of my time?
Well, I mean, I think we have seen people who are 26 and 28-year-old joining the program and getting EB1A. We have seen people 50-year-olds and they think that they have to do something. But the question is, what are you going to do? And how are you going to do? I mean, that's the only problem. I would rather suggest these people that, okay, you understand everything, because, there are three dimensions of success for your EB1A. The first is your expertise. But we don't teach you your expertise, but we teach you how to present your expertise and what will resonate with USCIS. The second dimension is understanding EB1A. Why EB1A? Where these 10 criteria are coming. More you understand about it, it helps you to sharpen your presentation. And third is how to present your case. how to draft recommendation letters, how to draft things recommendation letters, expert opinion letters, how to talk to attorneys. So you learn all this XYZ like a three dimensions. Okay, you have X as expertise, Y as understanding immigration, and Z as, let's say, how to present yourself. Now, if you are doing something of your own, you may not know what you have to do. It may take time, and there, or you may end up doing something which you may not be required at the first place actually. So many people just randomly go to let us say, for example, identifying themselves as their expertise. If you choose wrong expertise, you will choose wrong criterias and wrong memberships and something like that. So you will not be able to connect them well actually at that particular point of time. So you have to undo what you have done before. At times we have seen with people, like for example, many people came to us even with 8 criteria approved and got rejected. Somebody got RFEs and got rejected. Now these are the challenges that people face. I would always suggest that if you want to have a very focused approach towards EB1A, you may like to join the program. And if it takes time, you may so many people complete the 6 months program, have their attorneys then later on come back to us, and then they show their petition, and then it becomes more so rather than taking a gap something in the beginning, and if you feel you may take more time, you can do that at the end. That's what I would like to say. That I hope that answers the question.
Absolutely, that helps a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Instead of finding actual guide, or going straight to us directly and getting the guidance that you need, and not doing something that may be counterintuitive to your actual petition, we're here to kind of give you that structure. So I definitely think it answers the question well.
Absolutely.
But our next question is from Mercy from Facebook. They said, "Hey guys, so if I'm on an O1 visa and I get an EB1 approved, but priority date's not current, can I get an EAD to continue working as I wait for my dates? Or will I have to renew O1 even with an approved EB1A?"
So if your priority date is not current, to the best of my understanding, you are not qualified for EAD. Let's be clear about it. So what we need to do is you have to renew your O1, actually, as simple as that, or any other visa that you might have. So, or you can H1B or something. But definitely, if you are under the present law, to the best of my understanding, it's not possible actually. So that's what I would say. That it's pretty straightforward response to this.
Okay.
Yeah. So next.
So it's from another anonymous participant. He said, "Has anyone used ISC2 and ISACA membership to meet membership's criteria?"
Okay. Now, I understand that we are talking of International Information System Security Certification Consortium. It is basically awarded to cybersecurity professionals based on certain examination that you pass, which is indeed very tough. And ISACA, actually, which is Information System Audit and Control Association. I mean, basically, I think if we are talking about that, I think let's look back at the membership criteria itself. It says that the membership in associations in the field for which classification is sought, which require outstanding achievements of their members. Now, how you define that outstanding? Who selected you? Why you were selected? Is it based only on a certain amount of test that you did? Only based on that? How tough was that test? As judged by recognized national and international experts. I think so. You will have to put forward an evaluation criteria. So number one, I would rather prefer to. I mean, I need to understand this deeper. I mean, I would like to see the curriculum. I would like to see the membership criteria. How many people are there in total? There could be, I understand that this is really very prestigious actually. How tough it is. I mean, I just want to know a little deeper. If you want, you can get back to us and we'll be happy to take the question later on also, that how deep it is actually, how challenging it is. I would like to understand this better. I mean, what were the questions that were asked? Who prepared those questions? I think there is a very thin line dividing between, you see, I had one person actually in the program. He was, what is CPA in the US? We have chartered accountant in India. So it's also the pass percentage in that CA examination is also 1% or 2%. So he said, I'm a member of ICAI association, and would that qualify being a member of that ICAI? I mean, it is something that a professional membership is there. It's practically tough. But if you were to present that as a membership organization for which the qualification is, a minimum certification, it could be possible. It would be very tricky though, actually. It would be very tricky. it's like saying that, oh, I'm a member of a bar council, a lawyer. I mean, and would that certify a bar council membership certified to be an extraordinary for a high membership? I mean, every lawyer is a member of bar council from that perspective. I will have to see other evidences. In standalone, it's very difficult to respond to this question. Just being a member without holding certification like a student or membership or associate. So you should have if there are different level in membership, you should be at the top level. I would just like to know more deeper into it, as simple as that. Even if I have to use this, I would rather prefer to use this in totality. That might be a good option, but still, if you are trying for membership, let there be other memberships option. This could be one of the, kind of an auxiliary membership. But as I said, I am little hesitant at this moment, though it is possible. I would be reluctant to say that let's go for it, and yes, it will get approved. I would not bet on this, at least. So that would be my response.
Absolutely. So the next question that we have is from Anonymous. It's more of a profile, seeking evaluation. They ask, I'm seeking advice on my EB1A application. I have 15 plus publications, 163 citations, and 50 reviews. I have considerable media attention for 2 manuscripts. I have also an approved NIW petition. I'm an Indian national. Chen agreed to file an EB1A petition, regular processing, no refund from the Nebraska Service Center. Will this be worth a try?
Well, I think your profile looks good. I mean, prima facie at the face of it, actually. But as I said, that you get EB1A only for 3 things. You are an expert, US will benefit from your expertise, and you will continue in your field of expertise. These are the only 3 things. Now, the question is, I don't understand your expertise. There are 3 times the expertise word is used when I said the 3 criteria or 3 eligibility qualifications. And then those 10 criteria which are there, those become only lens to establish these 3 things. I frankly do. I mean, to be very objective and to be very kind of clear about certain things, I don't understand. What publications? What is your field of expertise? Then is it consistent? I mean, I don't even have any idea what publication you wrote and what has been the impact of those. Okay, 160 citation is just one of it. I write articles, and nowadays I think there are people who are doing a lot of fraudulent activities. Let's call that, actually, and we have seen dozens of NOR is coming up, which is notice of intent of revocations, which are piling up, actually, and they are just kind of, if you have done something. Now the question is, that is not a sole metric, citations and review. Okay, what else, actually? So what has been the impact? And you get your EB1A only because of the impact of the work that you have created. Now, what impact have you created? I would like to know that. So media attention for what? In which media? What is the measuring factor for that, actually? Can you quantify that? And 2 manuscripts for what? Book, papers. NIW is wonderful. It's nice. I'm an Indian Chen. Agree to. It's not about worth a try. Do you really feel that you are extraordinary in your own right? If you can establish that, that would be wonderful. I would just kind of limit my response to this. It's a very limited question with a very limited information. So to translate this into something meaningful that can be helpful for this particular person, I don't think I would like to qualify myself for this at the moment. So that's it. I would like to say that. And let's take a last question, guys.
Absolutely. So our last question was said, what are some of the top triggers for RFEs in EB1A cases that you have seen, and how do you preemptively address them?
Well, guys. I mean, this question is not something that can be answered in a minute or 2. We tried. We cannot make a checklist of that, actually. But still, to answer your question in a very specific way, why do we get RFEs? First, evidences are not in order. The letters are either hyperbolic language, okay, something, they are in a hyperbolic language, or something very vague, or just make you feel that you are just one of the peoples, actually. It does not say, um, you know it does not say that you are truly extraordinary, or even replicating the regulatory language. All letters sound the same. I mean, that could be another trigger for kind of USCIS. Focusing too much on criteria, and that's the whole thing. you know I'm like saying that I fit into this criteria, I fulfill 8 criteria, and that is how it is. I repeat, at the cost of duplication or triplication, you have to first highlight there is a particular flow I would like to have. Not first is quantification of your all achievements. Can you measure your achievements actually in terms of technical soundness? When you say that, okay, going for original contribution, which is not for you but for the company, I mean, that is another. It has to be original contribution. So that's another one. Original contribution to the field, actually. Then I would say, let's take awards. Going for company awards. Let's go criteria by criteria. I think it will be easy for people to appreciate it. Going for a company-based awards, however prestigious it might be. I may be working with Google. Even if I get a best employee award, that may not be suitable for the award criteria. If it is membership, then membership may be very weak. Let's say that you don't give proper evidences even if you do that. Let's talk about scholarly articles. You write articles which nobody reads. I mean, nobody, there's no impact and there is no substance. I always tell people that if you are writing an article, you have to essentially address some problem that is being solved. Okay, if you are not addressing a problem, then there is definitely a challenge actually. So that's another part it is actually. So these are some of the things I would be concerned with. Okay, let's try to take one more question actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So the last question is going to be, how do you adjust timelines when your students face unexpected delays in gathering key evidence?
No, I mean, it's not about me adjusting time. I mean, if it takes time, we are there to help people. As simple as that actually. So I mean, there is nothing a secret sauce or something we would like to kind of say. I mean, suppose somebody joins the program and a person is in the process of filing the petition, we would support in all possible way. There is nothing to in terms of we adjusting time, because you have to get evidences. Somebody has already signed up with us, we are ready to support the person, as simple as that. So that's what we are, friends. So guys, if you have some more questions, I think today we're very inciting questions, I would say that, and very focused questions. So keep sending us these questions. We'll be more than happy to kind of help you, respond to you. So let us know about your questions. And the second is that if you want to join the Next Lead program, reach out to Syria or Mario or I. We'll be more than happy to help you guys. So wish you all the best and thank you very much.